If we can just be truthful with each other, we can heal everything. So many of us still encounter certain moments with each other where we talk about colorism. We still talking about where we're from. Like I was born on the East Coast. We out here on the West Coast. There's still underlying issues in that. So for us to really be truthful with each other and find the commonality with each other to really unpack our wounds and to be truthful about what those wounds are is really healing for all of us.
The reason why I feel moments of vulnerability, moments of honesty, moments of being genuine are important for men, especially in a group setting, is there are very few spaces where we have the opportunity to allow ourselves to put our guard down. And what I mean about that is you're in so many spaces where you're expected to be strong, exhibit strength, and what you're told your entire life is that vulnerability is weakness. For a man to say he hurts is weakness. For a man to say, hey, this group potentially saved my life, that's weakness for a lot of people. But very few spaces where you're afforded the opportunity to put your guard down and not feel like you have to put your defense up or feel like you have to protect yourself. I think back even for myself personally, I always believed that I had to show perfection, that I didn't have room to show that I didn't know how to do something. Or I didn't have room to show I wasn't prepared for a moment. But that's how you learn. That's how you grow. That's how you change. You give yourself, even though it feels risky, the opportunity to understand who you are. Because you're gonna have all of these emotions, you're gonna have all of these experiences. And if you don't allow yourself to feel those and go through those, especially at a level where you can connect with your brothers and talk about it, you're cheating yourself. So it's important for men because if not, you don't understand the full breadth of what your life can potentially be. Brotherhood, community, connection, conversations, these are the things that we talk about. And that's why it's important to have all of those things.
Any man who says that it isn't exhausting being strong all the time is lying. And any man who says that. I want you to think of it like this. Think about you being at war constantly and not being able to get rest. Rest is where you resuscitate and restore yourself. So if you're constantly being strong, that's why it's really important for a man to be with a woman that he can, look, I can be human and still be a warrior at the same time. I should be able to go to my woman and go, today, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm tired. But if something were to happen where I needed to go into action as a warrior, I can flip the channel just like that. What you see whenever you see a man being vulnerable or truthful is he's revealing to you the fractured version of himself that usually came in the form of him being a boy. When I was 13 years old, my father went to prison for manslaughter. When I was 6 years old, my father kidnapped me from my mother. You don't think that there's a broken version of the boy that's inside of me that's walking around from time to time that's controlling my decisions? Absolutely. So I have to be able to go to my brother and go, man, today I just feel like the lesser version of myself, and to be able to talk through that. I gotta be able to sit down with the woman in my life and to say, today I really feel like the lesser version of myself and I gotta talk through this so that I don't make a critically lethal decision, not just for myself, but for my family. So we can't walk around being strong all the time. Watch this. All the exercises that you see us doing every single day, that's strength. Okay, well, what do you think would happen if we just walked around all day long bench pressing? You will fall out. You'll wind up in urgent care. At some point, you're going to have to sit down, you're going to have to relax, you're going to have to release. All of that is important in resuscitating and restoring who you are, not just as a man, but more importantly, as a human being. So being an elevated version of yourself as a man is allowing yourself to be the version that God sent here to be the human being first.
I have nothing to add to that. That was incredible. I don't know how he does this, but whatever. uh,